At halftime, the Cincinnati Bengals continue to lead the Houston Oilers 31-0. It was 21-0 in the first quarter, and it got worse for the Oilers after that. Don Criqui with an ex-Viking, Ahmad Rashad, who didn't get his winter training up there as he should have.
Don, I can't. I'm frozen. I'm really
It's
cold.
very tough. But there was an emotional moment here a short time ago. Reggie Williams, the 14-year veteran for the Cincinnati Bengals, the outside linebacker, was saluted at halftime, his final home game, and he had some very memorable words.
I want to thank my wife and my 2 boys here for putting up with me, and I want to thank my parents and all my relatives and friends who came here to share in this, which is a really sad day, my last game here at Riverfront. But boy, it feels good to be winning 31-0, let me tell you. So for all of you that have been a part of rooting on this team, there's still hope. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. Go Minnesota, beat those Cleveland Browns. Thank you.
I wonder if the councilman had 2 speeches ready, depending on the score.
That's right.
Because he's extremely lucky to be ahead this far at halftime. He uses the ahead speech.
Well, the ahead speech was certainly well received. A great player for the Bengals for 14 seasons. As now Houston kicks off to open the third quarter of play, and the Bengals busted for the moment, taking it out across the 20-yard line and gain a return on the play of about 21 yards by Richard Perry. The halftime numbers, obviously, the Coors halftime statistics, the Bengals dominating on the numbers board just as they did on the scoreboard. Very effective passing game. Esiason at one stretch hit 11 straight throws. And of course, a highlight turnovers there, 4 by the Oilers, and 3 of those were taken in by David Fulcher of the Bengals. 2 interceptions for Fulcher and a fumble recovery. First and 10 now. We would think Cincinnati would go to the run, and they do. Erik Ball takes it straight ahead and gets to about the 30-yard line. I tell you, at halftime, about some of the Oiler officials were furious at the play of Houston. They just thought it was not a very spirited effort on a day that they could have won the division. Particularly incensed by Dishman after he recovered the fumble, bowing and turning to the audience. They're down 28-0 at the time.
Well, a lot of this stuff that they do, all this extracurricular activity, I mean, I guess it works if you're ahead, but when you're behind, there's no time for it. Dishman has to every now and then look up at the scoreboard.
Gain on the play of just 2 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8 now for Cincinnati.
One of the things that Jerry Glanville demands of his players is they play as hard as they can. He doesn't feel like they played that way the first half.
Cincinnati played both hard and well. Here's Esiason, downfield throw. It's caught by McGee. And Tim McGee is all the way down to the 40-yard line. They want to beat him by 100 if they can.
And Chris Dishman was the guy that tried to go for that interception. He made the decision to go for the interception. The ball got right by him. This is a tough spot for Dishman. He's trying to cover McGee. McGee runs a little curl pattern. Now watch Dishman, number 28. Go for the interception. The ball gets right by him. It's another big play by Tim McGee. And they are picking on Dishman.
Yes, they are. That was a 26-yard gain for the Bengals. First and 10 from the 43. Boomer Esiason running, and he slides to a halt at the 42-yard line. William Fuller put the big rush on, flushed him out. One of the very strong aspects you don't hear a lot about Esiason's game is his ability to run. He's averaging over 6 yards a carry.
And he says he likes to run. He said the one thing he has to work on is his slide. And this is a very good slide here. You see what these Oilers do is they keep chasing that quarterback because they don't know if he's handed the ball off or not. And here Boomer, seeing that there's no place to run, gets down on that ground.
Esiason going the distance, at least until the late going. A game that they have to win. You go with your frontline people. There must be some who question whether or not they'd be wise benching him. This is a long way from over. We have a half to play.
I don't think a team that is in a must-win situation should really take out their first-string quarterback. I mean, they're not in a situation where they're comfortably in a playoff run. They need to just keep on going, trying to keep doing positive things to try to let this game carry over into next week's game. They are in a situation where they need help from a lot of people around the league. So for their standpoint, they got to leave the first team in. Erik Wilhelm there standing behind number 34, Carey.
Rookie from Oregon State. Cincinnati has converted 6 of 7 previous third downs. This is 3rd and 10, and Esiason on the run gets a block from Tim McGee and gets down to the 37-yard line. He'll be short of a first down. Steve Brown came up to get him, number 24 for the Houston Oilers. So at long last, the Oilers are able to stop a Cincinnati drive.
And there once again you see Sam White signaling the play into his offensive team. He wants that number 4 play.
4th down and 1, and White says for his Bengals, leading 31-0 to go for it. Esiason ready to put it up, takes a look, he's got a man, Eddie Brown, first down to the 23-yard line. Esiason, like a left-handed dart thrower, threads another tight spiral through the cold and right to the hands of Eddie Brown.
And now you see one of the Oiler guys go down. Boomer was on his way up to call another play, and just from out of nowhere, I think that's Sean Jones that just fell on the ground. Now, it seems to me it's hard to say something like this, but I don't think he was hurt. Just as Boomer started to get his offensive team up to the line of scrimmage, Sean Jones went down.
This won't be the first time an opposing team has used that tactic to get their defense on the field. Seattle
Last year tried that a bunch of times. They had one of the Joe Nash, their nose tackle, went down every time Cincinnati tried to bring somebody in. And I'm sure that Sam White is telling the official that Sean Jones just went down.
Looking pretty good shape, doesn't he?
Well, he's jogging off right now. Maybe he had a cramp.
Jerry Glanville not overly concerned. Well, that won't be the first team, as you mentioned, in a divisional playoff game here. The Seattle Seahawks nose tackle Joe Nash regularly went down, gripping at his knee, so that you get substitutes on the field. Play ready to resume now. It's going to be first down and 10. The ball position at the 23-yard line. Report that Stanford Jennings has a bruised kidney. Not playing yet, at least in the third quarter. Boomer with a play fake, stands in, takes a look, and he throws it right to Donaldson, who doesn't have an interception this year, and will never have one more in his hands than that. Johnny Meads put the rush on, and Jeff Donaldson, the free safety, had the ball thrown right to him but couldn't hold on.
And there's very little difference in terms of athletic talent between a wide receiver and a defensive back. The big difference is defensive backs just don't have the ability to catch like wide receivers, and you saw a great example of that with Donaldson. That ball was right in his hands, and he couldn't catch it.
Sean Jones, to an offward hold, has a slight hamstring pull and will return.
Of course, if Donaldson's hands feel anything like mine, he didn't feel the ball.
Second down and 10. Esiason looking into the end zone. He had a man that didn't see him. Now he buys time with the scramble. And Esiason takes it out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. They'll start him out at the 19-yard line with 10:26 to play in the third quarter.
And you mentioned Stanford Jennings coming out with a bruised kidney. Right now, Eddie Brown is limping towards the sideline. If they lose Eddie Brown and Jennings, that could be a little bit of a problem for the Cincinnati Bengals.
offense is well positioned on those heated benches. Doesn't appear ready to get off him.
Not at all. They're going to go from there to the field.
Delay defense interfering with the snap of the ball. 5 yards.
Defense interfere with the snap of the ball. Jerry Glanville looking more and more numb by it all. Not only the scoreboard, but the cold, the combination of both.
He has got to be terribly disappointed in his football team. When you have a chance to win the championship and that hinges on a game, you have to go and take it. You don't want it to fall into your lap because it usually never does. This Cincinnati Bengal team, they are really a big question. You just never know what team's going to show up. And when this team shows up, it's tough for anybody in this league to beat them.
Ninth play of this drive in the third quarter for Cincinnati. Bengals leading as they did at the half, 31-0. Straight ahead, down to the 5-yard line goes Craig Taylor, a 230-pound rookie runner from West Virginia. Richard Johnson and Kenny Johnson, 2 extra defensive backs in the game, made the stop for Houston.
And this is just a play where the line just blocks ahead and they let the runner find the hole. And that he did. Craig Taylor, very explosive runner, strong runner, fullback type. They get a lot of power in that backfield when they go with Taylor and Erik Ball.
Who they have now? Erik Ball, 42, is the up back. Taylor gets the handle, takes it in, touchdown Cincinnati. 9:34 to play in the third quarter, and the rout continues. As the Bengals have now extended their lead to 37-0 with the extra point coming up.
Here's another look. You get that big Cincinnati offensive line just firing out. Hand the ball deep to the running back. Let him find a hole. And Craig Taylor, once he gets his momentum going, there's no stopping. See him cut all the way back. Comes all the way back behind Munoz's block. And if I was a running back, that's where I'd be looking too, to try to find Munoz.
Jim McNally, the offensive line coach of the Bengals, telling us yesterday the Oilers linebackers play way off and are really vulnerable to cutbacks because they tend to overflow, over-pursue. 38-0 Bengals.
It's the right beer now.
But not now.
It's the right beer now.
But definitely not now.
It's the right beer now.
And absolutely, positively, not now. No way.
Come on, Jimmy, let me get your cab.
When the Bass Angler Sportsman Society went fishing for an official truck, they reeled in a Chevy Astro. Rumor has it they were hooked on our superior towing power. Nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America.
It's a Radio Shack Merry Christmas.
This Christmas, we gave our family a new Radio Shack compact disc player.
It has a wireless remote and is sale priced at $159.95.
We saved $70.
And for Tony's gift, we got Radio Shack's portable CD player and saved $60. Headphones make it perfect for his dorm.
Or he uses a car adapter.
Because Tony has a habit of dropping in.
CD players at sale prices that are real music to your ears. Only at Radio Shack, the technology store.
Here's another Chevy that really hauls on the track. Chevy Truck, the official truck of NASCAR. Nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America.
NBC Sports coverage of the National Football League is brought to you by Coors Light. Pure brewed in the Rockies, the Silver Bullet won't slow you down. It's the right beer now. By Radio Shack, the technology store, America's leader in consumer electronics. And by today's Chevrolet, who invites you to see why nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America.
touchdown run by rookie Craig Taylor extends the Bengals lead to 38-0. 9:34 to go in the third quarter. The Oilers ready to take the kickoff now. It comes near side to Johnson, who will run it back from the 5. He's across the 20 and the 30, and Johnson is all the way out to the 41-yard line. And there the Oilers go on offense, 1st and 10 after a 36-yard kickoff return. It's a doubleheader day on NBC Sports. The Bills and the 49ers ready to go at San Francisco, or the Jets versus the Rams at Anaheim. Check your local listings for the game in your area. 49ers already assured home field in the NFC playoffs with the best record in either league, 12-2. Bills fighting to stay in the hunt. Still have a leg up, trying to win the AFC East again. Here's Warren Moon taking a look, and he skips it incomplete to Drew Hill. Well chosen move by Warren Moon, because where Drew Hill was positioned, there was virtually no positive yardage. Coverage that good by the Bengal defense.
This Bengal defense has really risen to the occasion. They have actually shut down this high-powered Houston offense. One of the toughest things to do is to try to cover these wide receivers that the Oilers have, and that's something that Cincinnati's done a very good job of today.
Moon from the shotgun, out pattern. Jeffries has it. He's to the 49-yard line. Ricky Dixon, number 29, came up to make the play for Cincinnati.
He put a little back heat on Jeffries here. What they do, have man-to-man coverage over here on a safety and Jeffries. Now Jeffries makes the catch, and Ricky Dixon is right there on him.
Jeffries was a #1 draft choice, a high one out of North Carolina State. Has really come on in this his second year. Into the game with 42 catches, 2 for touchdowns.
Gets better every single game. The more he plays, the better he becomes.
Everybody better get better on this Oilers team quick if they're to get back on this one. Warren Moon sacked back at the 39-yard line. Cutting back, he runs right into number 99, Jason Buck.
Not only no one downfield for Warren Moon to throw the ball to, but no time to throw the ball. Jason Buck right on top of him as Moon tries to spin around and get away from the coverage. Jason Buck makes the play.
Moon, who came in as the #1 rated passer in the AFC, having no success moving the team today. Here's the punt by Montgomery. Hits a low spiral downfield to Richard Perry. Across the 20, he's out to the 26-yard line. It was a 47-yard punt by the NFL's top punter and a 6-yard return.
We asked Mike Schmidt to help us show you why the new half-ton Chevy work truck is better than Ford, with more two-sided galvanized steel, more standard power, and a new Duragrill that's tougher than Ford.
The lawyers told me I couldn't hit a Ford like this. Know why? You know why. Nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America.
Today's truck is Chevrolet.
If you feel life's more interesting when you make a splash.
It's the right beer now.
If you feel a great beer starts with great water.
It's the right beer now.
Because you're the kind of person who likes to get to the bottom of things. Call for the Silver Bullet, the one that won't slow you down.
Coors Light. It's the right beer now.
This December, things are really heating up. Heating up at every GM division. Each dealer is out to make December hotter than ever before. Hot deals like 4.8% APR GMAC financing for 48 months, or big cash back on Pontiac's performance legend, the all-new Grand Prix sedan and coupe. Yes, this December is incredibly hot at every GM division. It's GM's Hot December. Come feel the heat.
A classic Christmas ballet comes to the ice with America's sweetheart, Dorothy Hamill. It's a holiday special for the entire family. NutraSweet presents Dorothy Hamill in The Nutcracker on Ice. Next Saturday on NBC Sports World.
Happy holidays, everyone.
The closing scenario in the AFC Central, Houston needing just one victory in the final 2 games to win the division. Cincinnati must win today, must win at Minnesota on Christmas night. And that's only if the Vikings beat the Browns today. Kosar has just thrown to Ron Middleton 5 yards for a touchdown. Cleveland is leading the Minnesota Vikings 7-3. Browns have to lose today and then win against Houston, and Cincinnati has to win them both to get in. They would win the division if all that happened. Cleveland needs to win its last 2 games, and it needs Cincinnati to beat Houston today. Pittsburgh cannot win the title. The Steelers are alive, though, as a possible wild card.
They have had a tremendous turnaround. At the beginning of the year, no one expected them to even be in the hunt. Pittsburgh, that is.
Hey, they've had a couple of close losses. They'd be leading this division. Well up today, heading towards their 8th win. Esiason, downfield throw. Tim McGee is on the run. The fastest Bengal trying to get away from people who have an angle on him. Eaton moves in and can't get him, and Tim McGee takes it in. .74 yards for a touchdown. And it's 44-0. Ira Hillary, 89, makes a tremendous block, which we'll watch again.
A great play by everybody involved. Let's give some credit to that Cincinnati offensive line that gave Boomer Esiason the time to throw that ball. And you see Sam White's tipping his hat to Tim McGee. McGee, not only a great catch, but a great run afterwards. He just stiff-armed his way into the end zone. But the offensive line, they made it happen. They gave Boomer the chance to throw this ball deep. And the other guys did their part, too. McGee especially.
Watch it again, and then watch the block by 89 Ira Hillary as McGee runs away from the defender.
Tim McGee with the old out and up play, and he really has. Dishman he just blasted by Dishman. Now here comes the play right here. Eatman, number 21, comes up to try to make this tackle. You'll watch Tim McGee take a stiff arm back, stiff arms him to the ground, and gets into the end zone. Great play. 70-yard touchdown reception. Watch the offensive line give Boomer time. All the time in the world. Great route. This is the part that I like best. All receivers in this league can catch, but can you run with it after you make the catch? Nice stiff arm. And Dishman, they have really been working on Dishman. There's Tim McGee's 6 receptions, 147 yards, and 1 touchdown. But boy, did Dishman bite on that out pattern. He gave him the old out and up, and that was it.
The Houston Oilers, not as we know, playing for divisional championship and looking more like they're in the competition for the #1 pick in the draft. You can't look much worse than this.
Sam White yesterday was very confident about his team.
He was. Boy, his team had 2 tremendous games in the last 3 weeks. They had the shutout of the Browns at Cleveland 3 weeks ago, 21-0. Then they lost after building up a 10-point lead on Seattle. They were beaten by the Seahawks 24-17, and now they just blow away Houston 45-0 midway through the 3rd quarter. Lee Johnson ready to kick it off now for Cincinnati. And a chip shot. It is Ira Hillary picks it up on the 1 hop. It's a Bengal recovery. I think Sam White probably saw Sam White's is going to score 100 points if he can, and he's over halfway there very shortly if he scores another touchdown.
Well, this is just a fine kick here. The ball bounces up, and nobody's there to get it except for Ira Hillary, number 89. He picks it up on one hop. He's the closest person to it. I guess it's at 45 to nothing. You don't expect a short kick. Ira Hillary expected it. Right on top of it, another big play for these Bengals.
Our NBC statistician Kenny Albert pointing out the Bengals' most points in one game, 61 back in 72 at Houston. Second biggest turnout of points, 55 points in 1983, also at Houston.
You know what, Don, at this point, we have got to thank our cameramen that are out there battling this cold, and they don't have anything. They don't have those hard benches or anything. They're just sitting out there in the cold trying to bring this game to you folks.
Thanks to all the cameramen and the entire crew working the game here, and to our crew in the truck as Boomer Esiason rolls out, throws downfield. It's picked up by Rodney Holman, a reception inside the 20-yard line.
Great pattern adjustment by Rodney Holman. When the quarterback starts to scramble, everybody runs to the quarterback. Holman just sat down in a big empty area, and that's where Boomer found him and threw the ball. You see Holman, here he comes across right to the left part of your screen, wide open in that hole there. Great pattern adjustment. Nice job by Boomer to get the ball off.
The executive producer of NBC Sports is Terry O'Neill. The producer of today's game is Terry Ewert. The director of today's game and the coordinating producer of NFL football on NBC is Ted Nathanson. Right now, we have 6:48 to play in the third quarter. The rolling Bengals try to put up some more. They go to the run. Down to the 18-yard line is John Holifield, first-year runner from West Virginia. The all-important scoreboard. Cleveland holding to a 14-10 lead over the Vikings.
Very important score here. These people here. If you listen to Reggie Williams at halftime, he was rooting on the Minnesota Vikings, but to no avail. As you see, they trail now 14-10.
Penalty marker is down. Stopping play with 6:16 to go in the third quarter.
Once again, Cincinnati going with that quick snap.
Encroachment. Defense.
What goes through a coach's mind when you're on the sideline behind by 45 points? There is no decision that you can make right away to get you back in this football game.
Usually in the course of the season, if you're getting beat like this, you're in the midst of a disaster year, but Glanville still has a chance, he and his Oilers, to win the division if they can come back next Saturday night at home and beat the Cleveland Browns, which they'll be favored to do.
Now, if you just watch that replay, you saw a guy way over 300 pounds do some acrobatics, some gymnastics. Number 99, Doug Smith, just
at the field clock. 5:58.
Just dove over the middle of the pile and did a nice half gainer.
So the Bengals set up again. Second down arises. 5 to go. Ball to 13. Holifield losing his footing, trying to cut back. Is knocked down at the line of scrimmage. It'll be third down and 7. 5. Long 5.
Holifield not having a lot of playing time. A little bit of a mix-up here. He started to fall just as he came out of his stance. Lucky he held on to that ball. A lot of times when that happens, it really screws up the handoff and you get a fumble.
They're looking at Cody Carlson, the backup quarterback, probably going to come in. Receiver John Garrett comes in now for the Cincinnati Bengals. He goes wide to the left on one-on-one coverage. Esiason takes a look, throws up the middle, makes the connection to Rodney Holman. He's down to the 4-yard line. First down and goal, Cincinnati.
We talked earlier about Warren Moon using all his receivers. Boomer Esiason does the same thing. He finds all of his receivers at some point during the game, which keeps always pressure on the entire defense. You don't know where the ball's going. All you know that you better cover your man the entire time, because if you don't, Boomer will find him and get the ball to him.
$45-0 Bengals and counting. It's first down and goal, Cincinnati. Bengals beating Houston, humiliating the Oilers, and looking to run it up more and more. Erik Ball runs down close. He's in. Touchdown Bengals. 51-0 Cincinnati.
Offensive line in front. They're pounding on people. Erik Ball makes a very nice move to make it up into the line of scrimmage. Then he just turns on the power and barrels into the end zone. Runs over Eaton on his way to the score.
Maybe we'll invoke the 50-point rule here, Ahmad. Any team leading by 50, we call the game at that point.
I'm sure that's gone through a few people's minds.
Puts up the 52nd point of this route. 52-0. Bengals over the Oilers. Cincinnati kicks off again when we come back.
You still have time to get in on Chevrolet's last great deals of the decade with cash back on our best sellers, Corsica, and on the roomy Lumina sedan.
And more great deals on select Geos, the new line of import-inspired cars.
And to make these deals better, GMAC offers a plan with no payments for 90 days.
So see your Chevrolet Geo dealer for great deals on select 89 and 90 models.
Before the last great deals of the decade are yesterday's news.
Imagine a world beneath the sea with an enchanted McDonald's of pure fantasy, where the Little Mermaid's friend Sebastian and Flounder the fish come to life to grant your holiday wish.
Buy a $5 book of McDonald's gift certificates and get a free plush ornament, either Flounder
That's me.
or Sebastian.
I always knew I'd be famous.
From the all-new Disney animated feature, The Little Mermaid, now in theaters everywhere.
So come to McDonald's, hurry along, like a true fantasy. It's here then, score! Your holiday place, McDonald's.
Life's full of simple pleasures, like the comfort of Levi's jeans. Or had you forgotten?
The Bills. The 49ers. Next.
You know, Don, when I played, I never wore any of this stuff. I toughed it out. That was a long time ago, though.
It's tough for everyone, particularly the technicians out in the open end zones. We've seen better conditions in the booth, and certainly from the Bengals standpoint, they've almost never seen a better day than this offensive onslaught, as they've absolutely destroyed the Houston Oilers on a day when the Oilers were hoping to clinch their first outright divisional championship since 1967, when they were in the American Football League before the merger. And they kick it to, this time a tight end comes up, Verhulst, and picks it up. Gets to the 40-yard line.
You ever wonder why when they kick it to them guys up close, they just try to find somebody to run into? See, the object is to fake, like run around somebody. Morosco picked that ball up and looked for somebody to run into.
Cleveland continues to lead the Vikings now in the fourth quarter at Cleveland Stadium. And the Colts are absolutely blowing away Miami. Miami at the outset of the day had a chance to assure itself of at least a wild card if it won today and then won again next week at Kansas City. But the Dolphins look to be out of it at Indianapolis. They still have a chance to get in. Cody Carlson in at quarterback, second-year player from Baylor. Downfield throw, and he makes the connection to Haywood Jeffries at the 47-yard line of Cincinnati.
And Don, we talked about the conditions. We just heard from our producer Terry Ewert and the coordinating director of football Ted Nathanson that the coffee down there in that room where they are is a little cold. So they're dealing with
the room has dropped down to 70 degrees.
That's right. They're tough conditions everywhere.
Carlson from the shotgun, markers down, and Jeffries steps out of bounds.
Houston offense now starting to explode. They had 4 or 5 guys offsides on that play.
The most points in the National Football League season this season were turned in by the Cincinnati Bengals. This is not their highest scoring day yet. They beat Tampa Bay 56-23 in Week 8.
It's still first down.
Illegal motion by a host of fellas on that Houston Oilers team. This is a tough spot to play in. You get behind this far, and you still got to go out there and play hard, knowing that 6 points just puts a dent in where you got to go. Not even a dent.
Blitz on Carlson. Out pattern. It came in on the one hop. Incomplete. This amount is not only the most lopsided game perhaps of the year, and perhaps the coldest day, it is also has the earmarks of being the longest. We have 3:36 to go in the third quarter.
I was told that the first quarter took an hour to play, and there's Erik Wilhelm.
Going to give Boomer a rest.
Erik Wilhelm from Oregon State. The Oregon State Beavers.
Carlson over the middle. He's got a man open, and it's broken up at the 20-yard line. Leonard Harris running hard down the middle of the field was open, but then Eric Thomas recovered and broke up the play.
Once again, you see, you know, that looked like pass interference to me. He was hit before the ball got there. Let's take another look at that. Eric Thomas seems to be hitting Harris in the back before the ball gets to him.
That brings up a 3rd down and 15 play. Connection made over the middle on a crossing pattern. Haywood Jeffries is down at the 39-yard line. Ricky Dixon runs him down on the play, but it's still short of a first down.
Ricky Dixon here trailing. This is man-to-man coverage. Ricky Dixon has Jeffries all the way across the field. What you want to do is try to run away from a defensive back here, but Dixon showing very good speed and very good tackling ability.
Fourth down and 3 from the shotgun. Carlson takes a look. Over the middle, it's incomplete. The Bengals take over on downs. Jason Buck put the rush on. Oilers going forward on 4th and 3, and they're not even close. And there's very little fight left in the Oilers now. There's not much talking going on either way, to their teammates or to the opposition.
You don't want to slow down on your way to the top. Because you know to make a beer as refreshing as a mountain stream, you got to start with a mountain stream. When a night on the town might last all night, call for the taste preferred at better night spots. The Silver Bullet, the one that won't slow you down.
It's the right beer now.
Truck buyers, times are wasting. On the last great deals of the decade at your Chevrolet dealer. Get cash back or special GMAC financing on today's truck, Chevrolet.
Including S10 Blazers, America's favorite sport utility vehicle. S10 pickups, regular or S10 Maxi Cab. And Suburbans and full-size Blazers.
And GMAC even offers a plan with no payment for 90 days on these popular Chevys. So truck on over to your Chevrolet dealer.
Before the last great deals of the decade are history.
You wish your data were better directed, that all your departments were interconnected. How are you gonna do it? Well, you're gonna PS to it with the IBM PS2. You want to network up, network down, exchange information with other towns. When you're all linked up, you can share ideas from bottom to top. How are you gonna do it? I'll tell you. You're gonna PS to it. The solution is IBM.
NBC Sports serves your need to know all week long. Dial 1-900-454-3500 for NBC Scores Plus. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, anywhere in the USA.
There they are, all happy to be here. These Bengals fans. Unbelievable.
One of these days they will find the wizard. It's been a long search. Here's my man looking out his armhole. Let's see the game.
Whatever it takes. But they're still here. Bengals have sent a lot of their fans home early and happy. 52-0. Cincinnati leads Houston in the third quarter. Now the Bengals with the new quarterback, Erik Wilhelm, working the offense. Boomer Esiason was absolutely sensational. Cleveland in the fourth quarter holding to a 14-10 lead over Minnesota. Indianapolis just laying waste to the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins led 10-0 and have been outscored 42-3 since. But the Dolphins are still alive in the playoff hunt. San Diego's rallied in a Billy Joe Tolliver touchdown pass and has gone in front of Kansas City. Erik Ball runs it straight ahead and gets to the 45-yard line. I think Sam White may be calling off the dogs, although you don't know. He looks to be running the ball, but very soon we'll see the play fake and the 50-yard pass.
Well, the situation is you know, they have one set offense. When you send in your second string players, they want to do well also. So it's not like they send in people and hope they're not going to play hard. William Fuller's down on the play.
Starting defensive end, Doug Smith, the starting nose tackle, went out with a knee sprain earlier.
He returned to play, though, in the second half. But that's the problem. That's the problem that you have down. When you put in second string guys, they don't go in to sit down on the ball. You know, they go in there and they want to get into this scoring situation also.
Next Saturday, join NBC Sports World for a holiday celebration, the classic holiday ballet on skates, as NutraSweet presents Dorothy Hamill in the Nutcracker on Ice. Plus, join Marv Albert as he looks back on the past decade's wild and wacky sports stories on the Albert Achievement Awards. That's coming up next Saturday afternoon, following the Jets and the Bills on NBC Sports World. 1:44 left to go in the third quarter. Cincinnati 52, Houston nothing. As William Fuller is up and appears to be, well, he's still not okay, but he's going off under his own power. Big defensive end from North Carolina. Number 71, Richard Byrd, not bothered by the cold, at least we would think not.
No, not bothered by the cold, but really bothered by them 45 points that are up there on that, 52 points that are up there on that scoreboard.
You got to keep checking that board.
They scoring too quick on
the NBA.
They've scored on 8 of their 10 possessions today. That's the Bengal offense that is so feared throughout the league, and they've shown up a few times this year. They just come at you so many different ways. Is that Tigger?
It must be. They got that real tiger down the other end zone. Wilhelm on a rollout pass makes the completion to John Hollifield, and he's out to the 49-yard line. On third down, he's short of the first down, but not by much. Bengals would probably go for it. Al Smith was on the tackle, number 54.
Sam White's there studying his list of plays. Goes with the hat tug. Whatever that means. We'll see momentarily.
This will be a rollout pass play.
You know that hat tug play, huh?
Yep. They go to the hat, they're rolling out on 4th and short. 50 seconds left to play. Wilhelm's the quarterback who will roll out. There's the rollout. Penalty markers are down. He takes it himself. He's ahead for a first down if it goes.
Jim Riggs left way ahead of the snap count.
Illegal motion offense.
Lee Johnson, the punter, finally comes. He's kicked off a lot of times, but he hasn't punted yet. First punt of the game coming up.
There you see number 87, the tight end, right there at the middle of your screen, go way too soon. Now saying, I couldn't hear you, babe.
Will still be 4th down.
This is one of the few times I ever envy kickers or punters. Cold as it is out here, they got to put their foot on that ball. I know that must hurt.
Now we have Johnson punting to Johnson. Leads. Johnson puts it up. Downfield to Ken Johnson. He lets it roll at the 10-yard line. Across the 15 and out to the 21. And the Oilers, futile as they've been on offense, will try once again after a 45-yard punt and a 10-yard return. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League. It is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Cincinnati Bengals and the National Football League is prohibited. This game is the property of the National Football League, of the Cincinnati Bengals and the Houston Oilers. All rights are reserved.
Houston may give up those rights for this film the way they've been playing.
Yeah, Jerry doesn't want this to go in his time capsule. Jerry's kids not looking like champions today, but they still have an excellent shot at winning the AFC Central. Long ball by Williams, and it's picked off by Ricky Dixon, but he lost it on the way down. It goes incomplete. Jason Buck, another big pass rush from number 99.
Cody Carlson here just airing this ball up, trying to get a big play right off the bat. He throws it right to Ricky Dixon, but he was under a lot of pressure. Jason Buck has had a fine football game today. Earlier sacking Warren Moon, and right now putting a lot of pressure on Cody Carlson.
18 seconds to go in the third quarter. 2nd down and 10 comes up now for Houston. Carlson setting in the shotgun. Throwing a catch to Haywood Jeffries, and the Oilers have a 1st down. 23-yard gain on the play. Ernest Givens comes across the middle and gets the reception, number 81.
And that's his first catch on the day. When you can shut out a guy like that, you know your defense is playing extremely well.
52-0 Cincinnati.
My dream car would be a truck. A Nissan Hardbody. I'd race in Baja. Whoa, wait a minute. Time out. Make that the mountains. With nobody around except my girlfriend. And a pizza. And my boss. Somebody's got to wash the truck.
Got a cold? Gotta feel better fast. Then you've got to get Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. People who use it will tell you.
It works. It's fast. It works fast.
Alka-Seltzer Plus, the fizz works fast.
In 13 cities and 10 countries across the Pacific, they're playing our song. United Airlines, rededicated to giving you the service you deserve, halfway around the world. Come fly the friendly skies.
Whenever I used to watch TV, my brother Tom would always flip me out. Then we got this Magnavox smart window TV that lets Tommy flip through all the channels. And I could keep watching what I want to. Now I can see what I've been missing. And that's quite a lot.
New Year's Day, come home to the best in college football and a primetime showdown. The Federal Express Orange Bowl pits the top-ranked Colorado Buffaloes against Lou Holtz and the Fighting Irish of number 4 Notre Dame in a game that will determine the national championship. New Year's Day, the best bowls are on NBC.
The Bills and the 49ers are next on most of these NBC stations on a doubleheader day on NBC Sports. Some of you will see the Jets go against the Rams at Anaheim. Don Criqui with Ahmad Rashad here in Cincinnati on a bitter cold day where the Bengals have been rolling. Their D still has pitched to shut out through 3 quarters, and here's a big blitz on Carlson. He makes the connection to Haywood Jeffries, who's knocked down to the 42-yard line. Might be a late hit on the quarterback. A penalty marker went down after the hit was made.
Number 22.
They went to his face.
The quarterback.
Eric Thomas on a cornerback blitz. Watch him hit the quarterback. Boom.
I don't see how. I mean, where else was he supposed to hit him? He didn't hit him in the knees. He hit him just as he let the ball go.
So the personal foul assessment, the official ruled, though, was a hit to the head, I think.
Once again, we'll see it again. Here you see Carlson backing up. Now here comes Thomas. He lets the ball go and he's hit. He couldn't have pulled off. Maybe it was pity by the official. I doubt it.
Whatever it was, it's a first down for Houston. As running hard with the ball is Tracy Eaton, a 230-pound fullback. He takes it down to the 20-yard line. This the deepest penetration by the Oilers, excepting that first half turnover when they got it almost to the goal line. From a couple yards out, Rozier fumbled at the goal line and was recovered for a touchback, and Cincinnati took over the ball.
Seems to be a mismatch there on the total yards. 452 against 148. Bengals with the 452.
Carlson throwing downfield. He makes the connection to Curtis Duncan. A man who catches a touchdown ball 1 every 7 receptions. He has 5 TD receptions in 34 catches this year, Curtis Duncan.
They should have thrown him the ball about 50 times a day. They'd have been in this game.
Yeah. Cleveland continues to. Cleveland has gone in front of the Vikings now. They'll announce that here shortly. Cleveland has gone in front of the Vikings really in the third quarter. They took that lead. Vikings unable to go ahead. That's the game that the Bengals need. They need the Vikings to beat the Browns today.
Now, I've always said that it's colder on the losing side. You take a look over at this Houston Oilers hot bench. They're all gathered around it over there, as opposed to the Cincinnati side. Well, they have 45 points. Look at them. They're all standing up around the sidelines. Always colder on the losing side by about, 14, 15 degrees.
At least. The Oilers, on a day they've been humiliated on, looking to avert a shutout. Over the top, but not in.
And Cincinnati trying
Tracy
to.
Johnson got the call, but didn't get in.
Cincinnati taking it very personal. They would like to get a shutout here. The shutout, that's awful rare. You can shut out a team that has a chance to win the championship in the second to the last game of the season. Shutting them out anytime is a great feat in the National Football League. Of course, a couple weeks ago, this Cincinnati team shut out the Cleveland Browns.
They've got the clock stopped, and that's good. They want this to go as long as it can possibly go. 13:24 to play, 52-0.
Maybe if they can just live out the nightmare, it all goes away. There's no carryover for next week.
Now we've got things straightened out. They're spotting the ball. Second down and goal from the 2-yard line for the Oilers.
It is a precarious position for this Houston Oilers football team. Anytime people start saying all you got to do is win one of the last 2, you need to win that first one.
Actually, first down at the 1-yard line where it's positioned. First and goal. So the Oilers in point-blank range, but they were before, you remember, when Rozier fumbled. And I don't think we've seen him since, have we?
No, they have had a lot of things blow up on him today.
He fumbled twice in his first 3 carries at Pittsburgh and was yanked from the game, didn't play again, came back then to do very well against Tampa Bay, gained 83 yards and 13 carries. Fumble again today, and he was out.
He has spent a lot of time in that heated bench.
Now the Bengals are calling a timeout. And we'll be right back after these messages from your local station.
Cosby's Keisha Knight Pulliam takes your whole family on a dandy and entertaining holiday adventure. Awesome. A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court, Monday at 8, 7 Central to nothing.
own personal wine specialist for a global selection of delicately aged wines and finely brewed beers.
Let's go for the best.
Let's go. Krogering.
Let's go Krogering. Let's go.
Save on Tots Brut and Extra Dry Champagne, now $7.99 a bottle.
And now let's discuss your health benefits. These are your PPOs, your HMOs, your IPA.
Stop. This is nuts. I just want good medical coverage for my family, that's all. Can't one company make sense out of this mess?
Community Mutual can, and we have. Our health maintenance plan and Community Preferred make the right benefits and the right price easy to find. So instead of trying to deal with all of these, all you have to remember is Community Mutual, Blue Cross and Blue Shield, the strength to lead.
The game of football seems simple on the field, but off the field, the business of football isn't. Because players depend on trainers. Trainers depend on assistant coaches. Assistant coaches depend on the head coach. The head coach depends on the front office. All of them depend on communications. And that's why the NFL and its teams depend on GTE. Now, isn't that the kind of support your business should depend on? GTE, the telecommunications consultant to the NFL.
Bing Crosby in the Bells of St. Mary's Sunday night.
Be interesting to see if Mike Rozier's in the starting lineup Ahmad next Saturday night when the Oilers go against the Cleveland Browns.
They will have to have their best next week. They have put so much pressure on themselves by the way they've played here today. I mean, it's tough. They got a tremendous rebound to come off of a shellacking like they're taking here today to come back and try to beat Cleveland next week. And Cleveland's showing that they want a bit of it too by leading the Vikings right now.
Lonzo Highsmith did not get in.
Leon White.
First and goal from the one. He was stopped by Leon White, number 51.
Right there to make that play. Once in a while you get an opportunity, but you got to make the play. Watch number 51 come up and make this stop. Excellent play by Leon White.
Harrelson at quarterback. Oilers try again. Pitch back. Lorenzo White. And the Oilers are on the board with 12:24 to play in the game. It is a 52-6 game. Sam White's wanted to pitch a shutout. He sure pitched a humiliation. His Bengals had.
There's very little difference in 52-0 and 52-6. Just an option here for Lorenzo White to go inside or outside. He chooses to turn this play up and gets in the end zone.
Zendejas has made every extra point this season and does again, 38 for 38. And with 12:24 left to play in the game, the Cincinnati Bengals now lead 52-7. The Oilers will kick off when we come back.
Hey, hustlers! I got some more party time tips for you from Extra Gold Draft. First, never party with anything less than the full tilt taste of Extra Gold. Hey, this is one tough beer. Another tip, never shoot pool with a guy that brings his own stick. And never ever shoot with a guy that brings his own table.
Ask for an extra. Go for the full tilt taste.
Nice shot. Thanks.
Another Pontiac First is ready for delivery. The first four-door version of Grand Prix style and performance. The new Grand Prix Sports Sedan. You've got to drive it.
Get on your Pontiac and ride.
The exciting new four-door Grand Prix. You've got to check it out.
Rebuild excitement.
Now get 4.8% financing on every new Grand Prix during Pontiac's All-Out Excitement Closeout.
It'll start your day. Alarm, you'll be on your way. Bring in your day.
Still going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer. They keep going and going.
Because of its unique point design, the Black & Decker Bullet Drill Bit drills holes up to 4 times faster than an ordinary drill bit. Nothing's faster than a bullet drill bit.
NBC Sports coverage of the National Football League is brought to you by Pontiac and your local Pontiac dealer. We build excitement. By Black & Decker, quality tools that go at the top of everyone's gift list. And by Coors. Enjoy the original taste of Coors, the Rocky Mountain legend.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, I question this man's intelligence way up there on the top of that. Either that or he's frozen to that seat.
You better check him, that's right. Running back the kickoff and taking it ahead is Craig Taylor, and he is out to about the 30-yard line, where it's first down and 10 for Cincinnati and quarterback Erik Wilhelm. 12:15 to play in the game. As we look at the scoreboard, Cleveland continues to lead Minnesota 14-0. If the Browns should win that game and then go in and beat Houston next week, the Browns, I believe, would be in position to win the division. This thing is so wild. Cleveland's basic breakdown: they can clinch the division title by beating Minnesota and Houston, plus a Houston loss to Cincinnati.
Which has happened.
Yeah, Browns can also get a wild card by winning their final 2 games, but plus 1 loss by Buffalo, Miami, or Los Angeles. Downfield throw, and a catch is made. John Garrett with a spectacular reception. His first in the National Football League. Rookie receiver from Princeton with a 20-yard reception.
And a great catch by John Garrett. Runs a nice route. Fakes like he's going to the post and then turns it out to the corner. Stretches out, and that's a great catch right there. Nice catch by John Garrett. That's his first catch in this league. It won't be his last. He's our old spotter. We miss him up here in the booth.
He was here spotting. Today he might be Mr. Touchdown.
That's right. I think he'd rather be there.
His younger brother Judd was the Ivy League Player of the Year this season at Princeton, first team Division II All-American.
Told you that wouldn't be his first catch, his last catch. There's his second right there.
John Garrett with his second catch, and his other brother Jason Garrett is a developmental quarterback with the New Orleans Saints. He was the Ivy League Player of the Year last year.
Not to mention his father,
Jim Garrett, who's a former coach with the Browns and the Saints and is now a scout for the Cowboys.
His father would applaud this play. A very nice route, very nice catch. What runs in the family? He's having any sisters?
Yeah, I think there's about 9 kids.
They're after you.
Very athletic family.
His next brother was coming out of Princeton this year. He broke every rushing, receiving, and scoring record there. Here is Erik Ball turning upfield, and Ball is down to the 30-yard line.
Don,
First down.
I mentioned to you these players, they don't want to. They don't want to go in the game and just sit on the ball. They want to make a big play too. Erik Wilhelm right here taking a note out of Boomer's page. See, he carries through on the fake, acting like he's going to throw the ball. Very good habits from that quarterback. Learned them from the master, Boomer Esiason.
Still a lot of time to play. 10 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Ira Hillary goes in motion. First down and 10. Bengals go to the run, and they take it to the 30-yard line. Cincinnati continues to lead this game 52-7 after building up a 52-0 lead.
That's something that Sam Weich, we talked to Boomer about this hand faking and everything, and Sam, during the course of practice, stands around in different spots on the field and watches his quarterback fake. And if he can detect the ball, he'll walk over and say, hey, I was standing right where the cornerback stands, and I could see the ball, so you got to work on it a little bit better. And it is a great play by a quarterback that has the ability and the patience and the habits to really fake that ball. It gives you a lot of time to throw the ball and keeps a little bit of pressure on those defensive linebackers. Erik Wilhelm from Oregon State, out of Portland, Oregon.
It looked like a reverse. They faked it, and then Olifield ran it around in on a 2nd down and 9 play and got ahead for a gain of about 6 yards. Billy Bell made the knockdown, number 33. Also on the play was 21, Tracy Eaton.
I mentioned that Erik Wilhelm went to Oregon State. There's another school just right down the road from Oregon State, the University of Oregon, victorious last night in one bowl. I don't know the name of it.
Independence Bowl.
Yeah, that's
from behind to do it.
Big bowl, Independence. Yeah, they played well.
Ducks came back. Here's a throw and a catch, turning upfield and down inside is John Holifield. He's down to the 11-yard line. First down Bengals as the game clock's down to 9:28 and running. John Garrett was our spotter last week. He's out there catching balls today. This week a developmental quarterback from Syracuse. Todd Philcox is one of our spotters along with Doug Kidd. Maybe Todd will be throwing passes out there next week. This might be the stepping stone to greatness. That's Booth.
Be one of our spotters, and it's sort of like having a bad all-star game.
Bengals set with Hillary in motion. Garrett is wide left. Holifield runs on first down. He is cut down at the 12-yard line by Eugene Seal, number 53. Also on the stop on the play was 95 William Fuller. This game was over in the first quarter. It was 21-0 at the conclusion of the first 15 minutes of play. Jerry Glanville's Oilers found themselves down 31-0 at halftime. Warren Moon, he hasn't been out there in a while.
No, he's
having a great year until today. The fumble of the opening snap by Moon really set the tone of this game. Hands off to Holifield, and he's down to the 9-yard line.
Holifield was about a step away from going all the way.
Fourth down. Third down and 9 coming up where the ball is positioned.
Watch the cutback by Holifield. He gets back over in the hole. There's some room in there, but he starts to slip. Tackled by Dishman.
Hillary to the left. John Garrett wide to the right. It could be going that way as the quarterback is Erik Wilhelm. Play faking. He takes a look. Wilhelm on the run. Goes to the end zone. It's the Ira Hillary touchdown, Cincinnati. (58-7).
Stay home. Anytime you get this much time to try to get open, you better get open. You see Hillary, he runs one route, now he runs another route, and then he'll move right back to the back end of the end zone. Wilhelm finds him, just lofts the ball to him, very easy touchdown, just like pitch and catch. This little pitch and catch there. And then the fans just yelling, Jerry, Jerry.
Lee Johnson will now try the point after. He hits it. A carom shot that was no good, so it stands at 58-7. And the Bengals will kick it off in a moment.
It's big, it's now. It's Pontiac's all-out excitement closeout. Now with our longest-term 4.8% finance rate ever on Grand Prix. That's right. Now every new Grand Prix is available with long-term 4.8% financing. Or get your share of millions in cash back on Grand Prix and almost every other new 1990 Pontiac in stock. But hurry, your Pontiac dealer is closing out the year with big cash back or 4.8% financing on Grand Prix. It won't last long. See your Pontiac excitement dealer now.
I like cruising downtown in my limousine. Big skyscrapers and the nightlife scene. The rush hour traffic would get around here. High fashion ladies and cold Coors beer.
If you like your beer fresh, pure, and natural, head for the Rockies and the original taste of Coors.
And tap an ice cold Coors with a friend of yours.
Coors, the Rocky Mountain legend.
Something big is heating up at GM this December. Heating up at every GM division on just about every car and truck. Every division has gotten together to give you deals like cashbacks, special leasing programs, and low finance rates. Yes, it's really heating up right now at your GM dealer. GM's Hot December. Come feel the heat.
The Bills. The 49ers. Next.
Former Bengal Bob Trumpy here in the stands. Having a heck of a time watching his old team. That's the old Trumpster put up his, he's got a Bengal outfit when he gets a day off.
That Trumpster, that's him. Nice makeup job there.
Lee Johnson ready to kick off again. It's a hard ground ball. Eugene Seal pitches it back. And running with the ball is Kenny Johnson, and he's out to the 45-yard line. Now the Vikings have gone in front of Cleveland 17-14. Now the Bengals stay alive on two fronts, certainly their own, and also they need a Viking win over the Browns today. Indianapolis destroyed Miami. San Diego with a 7-point lead on Kansas City. 4 o'clock scores. First one up, Atlanta leading Washington 3-0 in the first quarter. Most of you will see on NBC Sports the Buffalo at San Francisco game as part of our doubleheader. Some will see the Jets play at Rams. Cody Carlson fires in the flat. Taking the ball out to the 45-yard line is Leonard Harris. They just flashed the Vikings leading the Browns.
They have had some great finishes in that rivalry, Minnesota and Cleveland, so I think they better keep their eye up on that scoreboard right to the end. 17-14 right now, Vikings.
But the Vikings would, the Browns would still have to beat the Oilers at Houston next week, and Sam White and his Bengals would still have to beat the Vikings at Minneapolis.
That's right. A guy standing right next to him who would like to be a part of this is Ickey Woods.
Curtis Duncan makes the downfield reception at the 39-yard line of the Bengals. Good for a first down. Oilers still in the driver's seat despite today's lopsided score. In the AFC Central, they win at home next week. They win the division.
If they had won today, they would win the division.
Right. Carlson throws downfield. Nice play on the ball by Harris, and it's ruled incomplete at the 30. Stopping the clock with 5:58 to play.
Cody Carlson here find this ball to Leonard Harris, who has his hands on it, but just not able to get control of it before he hits the ground. He had 3 or 4 chances to catch that one.
Has very good ability. Captain of the Baylor Bears his senior year. Big, rangy, strong arm. That time, though, he's picked off. It is ruled an interception, and Cincinnati has the ball. Fulcher with that's his 3rd interception, and he's got a fumble recovery. 3 interceptions and a fumble recovery. He also had 3 interceptions versus Kansas City on October 1st.
The world's largest safety came to play. He doesn't miss anything. I'm telling you, he doesn't miss ball carriers, interceptions. This man here is having a great year. Just a great year. We were talking the other day, he was mentioning about Ronnie Lott. He said, you know why Ronnie Lott gets so much publicity? He always gives you the big hit. He said, I like to hit people too, but I wrap up when I tackle.
Look at that, Fulcher. Erik Wilhelm at quarterback. He's going to be sacked by Sean Jones back of the 33-yard line.
Skip McClendon on the sideline just poured a big bucket of water or Gatorade on Reggie Williams. Now he's apologizing. He just dunked him with a huge bucket of water.
They give him a new garment. Reggie, he's been something, old Reg.
He's
done the job for Cincinnati.
No respect for the elder.
Turning the corner is Holifield, and he'll be out of bounds at about the, well, it's about the ball close to the 40-yard line.
Usually when you run a ball on the opposing sideline, you have to run through opposing players that are standing along the sideline, but there's a traffic jam on that bench over there on that Houston side.
Bengals making judicious use of the clock, Ahmad. Still have 5:18 left to play. Good enough for 3-4 more scores. 58-7.
I think this one's in the barn, Don.
Well, they're saying it ain't over till it's over. Well, this one was over in the first quarter.
Yeah, this is the point where people can keep saying, why are they trying to run up the score? They're not trying to run up the score. It's that these players want to play, and I mean, they get paid too.
Ira Hillary makes the catch down to the out to the 45-yard line.
They pick
Third down play, and he's just short of a first down. Bengals taking as much time off the regular clock as they can. It's down to 4:44 and running. They led 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. They led 31-0 at the end of the first half. They led 52-0 at the end of 3 quarters. Now they lead 58-7. Running hard and fighting ahead for yardage, but maybe not there, is Craig Taylor, number 20. We'll see where the spot is. Referee Jim Tunney spotting the ball where they have it spotted right there. That's a first down. Bring the sticks out. The officials want to get out of here also, Ahmad.
Well, they're doing their duty.
Oh, no, they've done I tell you, they've kept law and order here. There was a lot of fears this thing would erupt into a street fight.
They've done a great job of controlling this football game, not letting it get out of hand in terms of all the chippiness that sometimes goes on.
First down, Bengals with 4:16 to play. There's the run. Oh, yeah, you can see the forward progress. Craig Taylor fighting and getting free and getting ahead for the first down. Jim Anderson, running back coach, up to the left of your screen. Cincinnati has 32 first downs. The team record's 34. Blocker stopped with 40 at the 42-yard line with 3:51 to play. Holifield managed to get out of bounds and stop the clock. His team in the lead 58-7.
Craig Taylor, the lead blocker on this play, takes on number 22, Johnson from Houston. Watch the lead block, number 20 right here, coming right at you. This is called, I guess if we see the end of it, you see 22 rolling on his back because Taylor just put him right on his back.
NBC statistician Kenny Elbert pointing out they've just tied the team record with 34 first downs. Holifield, he's all over the field. Running on first down, he is cut down for no gain, maybe a loss of a yard.
Holifield trying to show that he deserves some playing time, even when the score isn't 58-7. 7. They called him their secret weapon.
They got 2 good runners, first-year runners from West Virginia, John Hollifield and Craig Taylor.
Another pretty good first-year runner from UCLA. And
Eric Ball.
Eric Ball.
We're hoping to have Ickey Woods back at full speed next season, rehabbing surgery after surgery on his knee following the Steeler game early in the season.
Well, when you don't get to play a lot, you want to take your time when you're out there, and that's what Wilhelm is doing. He calls a timeout. A little bit more time out there. We got a little camera time going here.
It's the Bills and the 49ers as the second half of our NBC Sports doubleheader today. Some of you will see the Jets go against the Rams. Those second games well underway.
A lot of these people here at this stadium trying to rush home so they can see that second half of the doubleheader. Minnesota still 17-14 over Cleveland. That's the big score here.
Green Bay has defeated Chicago
40-28. Those Packers are back. So I wonder if Tony Mandrick's played.
Article in the paper today, his weight's down 40 pounds since he reported.
Hadn't done much for his playing ability, though. Self-proclaimed the greatest tackle to hit the pros in some time.
Rams lead the Jets 7-0. Bills and the 49ers, no score. Handoff. Eric Ball is caught on second down. Second down and 11, back at the 45-yard line. Scott Kozak, a first-year linebacker from the University of Oregon, makes the tackle.
And Reggie Williams over there, his last home game. I don't know what he's looking at. Maybe he's got a monitor trying to find out what's happening in Cleveland.
Postcard from Hawaii or something. Third down and 13 for quarterback Erik Wilhelm and the Bengals. Wilhelm buying time with the scramble. Downfield throw. It's completed. And it looks to be good for a first down. See where they mark the ball. Apparently the mark is going to be just short. And that'll bring up another fourth down and less than a yard.
Now, Wilhelm is working here, trying to find a receiver. He sees Craig Taylor. Watch him direct him with his right hand. Tells him to go towards the sideline and then puts the ball right on him.
Big Scott Jones, number 77, is in the game. Extra blocker. Wilhelm is really throwing the ball very nicely tonight.
7 for 7, 76 yards. It's the same offense, and it looks the same with or without Boomer.
Eric Ball is going to run for a first down and plenty more as Ball is down to the 16-yard line. And that'll take it down to the 2-minute warning.
Moving quick and with purpose. That's the whole idea behind Pontiac's newest Grand Prix. Introducing the first Grand Prix ever with 4 doors. The new Grand Prix Sports Sedan. Now get 4.8% financing on every new Grand Prix during Pontiac's All-Out Excitement Closeout.
Okay, have it your way. You can't change pollution. You can't change the deficit. You can't change the price of bread. But you gotta start somewhere. I mean, take your clothes, for example. If you just get out of that monkey suit, you might get a positive attitude going. I mean, the world could be your oyster. Oyster, well, it's an acquired taste that usually takes time.
So, did you break him, Raj?
Break him? I own him. That horse and I are one. We achieved a special kind of oneness. Man and beast. Speaking the same language.
What's that mean? Means they'll be talking again tomorrow.
Now it's time for the Most Valuable Player Award, sponsored by Budweiser. Today's MVP is quarterback Boomer Esiason of the Cincinnati Bengals. Budweiser will make a contribution to the United Way on behalf of all the MVPs selected in today's games. Esiason with a big day. The whole Bengal offense and defense had one right from the outset. Reported now from Cleveland Stadium. Matt Barr just hit a 32-yard field goal for the Cleveland Browns, and that tied the game with Minnesota 17-17 with 24 seconds to play, so they could be going to overtime. Handoff up the middle. Hollifield on first down for the Bengals takes the ball down to the 12-yard line. Look at the numbers for Boomer Esiason. 20 of 27, 326 yards, 4 touchdowns and no interceptions.
And now they have done their part. They just have to hope that Minnesota can beat Cleveland. 17-17, 24 seconds left to go. I remember a similar scenario a few years ago.
Bengals will be trying to get it in the end zone again. Pitch back to Hollifield. Turning the corner, and Hollifield is down at about the 13-yard line. Game clock, as you see, ticking down to the final minute of play. Sam White's calling for him to step it up.
Either that or he's thinking Yahoo.
Today's margin, 51 points. It could go higher. 44 seconds to play. Third down, the ball, 3rd down and 6 from the 13-yard line. Throw, it's incomplete at the 6. That stops the clock with 25 seconds to play. Sending out the field goal unit.
Here comes the field goal team, but
kick a field goal leading 58-7 with 25 seconds to play.
And they're not letting Johnson kick. They're letting Breech kick this one.
It'll tie for the most points in the team's history. 61, which was originally set against the Oilers at Houston some years ago.
Loud. Houston. Number 1.
Now, while they come out to kick a field goal, Jerry Glanville and the Oilers call for a timeout.
Now, the way you vacuum your rug can be the way you vacuum your bug. But only with the powerful new Car Vac Power Brush from Black & Decker. It's the first vacuum that's at home in your car.
Maybe you can't avoid winter, but you can sail right through it in the Caribbean, Florida, or Hawaii. Let American Airlines take you where.
There's something special in the air.
Jerry Glanville and Sam White, the adversaries. White's the coach of the Bengals with his team leading 58-7. So Glanville, as the Bengals set up for a field goal try to get even more before the final gun, Glanville calls a timeout.
You don't think that this could be a fake field goal, do you? I mean, that would be the ultimate. I wouldn't put it past Sam.
So he might have the two generals meet at midfield and slug it out and spare the troops the rest of this. Bengals setting up for the field goal try, which if good would make it a 61-7 game. Jim Breech ready to kick it. Lee Johnson holds, kicks on the way, and the kick is good. 21 seconds to play, and the Bengals extend their lead to 61-7.
Right according to Sam White's plan. He said, we want to come in here and not only beat them, we want to put the hurt on them. And they've done even more than that here
I'll
today.
tell you, Ahmad, leading 61-7 with 21 seconds to play. This is a good time for an onside kick. Huh?
Well, they've been doing that all day, kicking the ball onside.
Yeah, they have. It worked once. Ira Hillary came down and fielded one-on-one bounce, and they went right in and scored after that.
Cleveland, Minnesota now
in overtime in that big game. The executive producer of NBC Sports is Terry O'Neill. The producer of today's game, Terry Ewert. The director of today's game and the coordinating producer of NFL football on NBC, Ted Nathanson. Our thanks to them and to spotters Doug Kidd and Todd Philcox and NBC statistician Kenny Elbert. As Warren Moon is on the bench with John Grimsley trying to ward off the cold, the Bengals are ready to kick it off again with 21 seconds to play.
Warren Moon, 9 for 20. Couple of interceptions. The Oilers not playing like a team with a chance to win the championship. It's got to be disconcerting for head coach Jerry Glanville. It's one of those things that you can't say anything to these players after this game.
The long ride. Yeah, they do try the onside kick, but they field it very nicely. Eric Fairs, a linebacker, is enough back to block, makes the play, and so the onside kick attempt does not work for Cincinnati. But the strategy was sound, leading 61-7 with 21 seconds left. The rivalry grows deeper.
61-7 and an onside kick.
I told you, I expected it.
That's like...
Got to go with that strategy in these points in the game. We might have a timeout now before this. Make sure we got the right play. A little bit of motion. Officials do throw the flag. The Browns and the Minnesota Vikings are in overtime as referee Jim Tunney signals the illegal procedure call against Houston.
And in the second quarter, the Bills have the lead over the 49ers 3-0, which means nothing in San Francisco if you watch the Monday night.
Coach Glanville has the headset off. So does Coach White. They're going to make all their calls now just off what they've seen so far without any help from up high. Carlson dropping to throw. Long ball downfield. He's got a live arm. It's incomplete. Intended for Curtis Duncan. Still time for at least 2 more plays, though. 10 seconds left. You can run a couple plays in 10 seconds, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Well, we know that.
That's right.
This whole thing, from a final number standpoint, really hasn't mattered since the first quarter. That's when it was over, 21-0.
These Cincinnati Bengals, they really got it together for this one.
It was 21-0 before the game was 5 minutes old.
I'm interested in the post-game handshake. Will it happen?
Fall on it with 4 seconds, 3 seconds left. That's going to do it as the clock runs out and the game is over. Coach Glanville is leaving without the perfunctory handshake, as you would imagine he would.
He wants no part of this. He's on his way out of here, back to Houston to regroup.
The Oilers beaten badly today, losing 61-7, but still very much alive in the playoff hunt. A win next week at home against the Cleveland Browns would get them in as AFC Central champion. But today, for the Oilers, it was awful. For Sam White and the Bengals, it's never been better. Stay tuned on most of these NBC stations for the second game of our football doubleheader. Most of you will see the Buffalo Bills take on the defending Super Bowl champion San Francisco 49ers. From Ahmad Rashad, this is Don Criqui. Glad you'll be with us in Cincinnati.